Hey, good morning. Happy Saturday morning. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to Soaring Solo with Stacy. Yay! So this is a community of single mothers who are determined to fly above society's expectations and set an example for their children. Okay, so if you're a single mama, especially, welcome. I hope you get some value out of these videos. We are going to talk today about parenting goals. Do you have parenting goals? So this is something that I had never thought about until not terribly long ago, okay? And I think it's probably something that most of us don't think about. And you're probably sitting there going, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to ask you a couple of questions to get started. I want you to really think about these questions. So, first question to think about. Do you struggle with discipline? Do you have a hard time deciding what discipline, how to discipline, what to discipline, what punishments to give out, things like that? Is that a challenge for you? That is always a challenge for me. Do you have a hard time deciding whether you tell your kid yes or no when they ask if they can do something or have something or whatever? That's a hard thing. I know a lot of us tend to immediately go, no. I don't know, that no just comes out so quick. And then afterwards we cave and we're like, well, I guess that wasn't such a bad idea. In fact, I think my mom is like, you got to quit saying no so fast. Think about it first. We automatically respond with that. But sometimes it's hard and sometimes it's inconvenient for us, right? So no is just the easy answer. So do you have trouble with that too? Or is that just me? All right. When you have parenting goals, you can make those yes and no decisions a lot easier. And you can make those discipline decisions a lot easier. So if you struggle with discipline, and I think most of us do because discipline is hard. I never understood until I became a parent this phrase of this is harder on me than it is on you. I thought, what a bunch of crap. But yeah, actually as a parent now I realize it is harder on me than it is on you. It is. And someday our kids are going to see that too. So these are really hard decisions to make. We question, are we doing it right? Are we not doing, it's so hard, right? So my challenge to you is to set some parenting goals, because when you do that, it can make those decisions like 110 times easier. All right. So here's what I want you to think about, because goal setting can be kind of, I don't set goals. I don't do New Year's resolutions. I don't do this. Okay. Why? Can I just ask you why? Especially when something as important as raising your children, why would you not set goals? Okay. I recently took my CPL class. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yay me. I was so excited. And part of that, after we did our classroom training, the next day we went out to the middle of nowhere to shoot. Okay. Of which I'm telling you, this is not my gifting. It does not come naturally. I need lots of practice. But we get out there with the guns. So exciting, right? And you know what she had? This is going to blow your mind. I'm not even joking. She had targets. Oh my gosh. So we knew exactly where we needed to shoot. So we had this outline of this upper body, right? And it was on a piece of paper, and she put it out on this board, and she says, I want you to hit the triangle. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, this is what we're aiming for, the triangle. She had targets. What a crazy concept. You know what that is? That's a goal. You can't, if she would have taken us out there without that target, where would we have shot? I don't know. Hit that leaf over. What? My connection every time during this. Okay, so you have to know what you want your end result to be in order to make decisions. Okay, you need that target. It's so important. Okay, now I know y'all are laughing and you're going, Stacy, of course you had targets. I know that. I'm just trying to make a point that it's not ridiculous that Amy brought targets out. Hey, Shannon. Shannon did my CPL with me. We shot together. It was fun. We have pictures. But I know Amy brought those targets out for a reason. You did hear guns. She brought those targets out for a reason. And y'all know that's not ridiculous. Of course she's going to have targets. But we do everything else in our life without anything to shoot at, without a target. We've got to stop that. And especially when it comes to parenting, we have to start thinking about what is our target? What is our end goal? So I'm going to challenge you this week to take some time and just stop and think about what are your parenting goals? Because there's probably more than one. It's probably not just one thing. Maybe it's maybe there's one big general thing, but there's probably a few things that you'd like to see result from your parenting, right? I think that's probably true for most of us, or it should be. All right. So I want you to think about, what are your parenting goals? I want you to think about it like this. As a parent, here's how you can visualize. I want you to think into the future, do a little visualization, and I want you to think about your child as an adult. Think about when they turn 18. Think about when they turn 21. Think about when they turn 25. Think about when they turn 30. Okay? Look into their future a little bit. What are they like? Ideally, okay? I want you to think ideally. I want you to think, what do you want your children to be like at 18 years old, at 21 years old, at 25 years old, at 30 years old, at 60 years old, okay? What do you want them to turn out like? Do you want them to be the life of the party? Do you want them to be the hardest working person in their business? Do you want them to be loaded? And I'm talking money, because hopefully you don't want them loaded up. Anyway, I'm very easily distracted today. What do you want from them? How do you see them as an adult? When you can visualize what you want them to be as an adult, then you can start making better discipline decisions, and you can start making better decisions about their life in general. So think about those. Are they healthy? Are they fit and healthy? Or does that not matter to you? And maybe it doesn't. I don't think there are any necessarily wrong answers to this, okay? It's what you see. So maybe that's just not a priority to you, and that's okay. But maybe it is. Maybe being fit and healthy is really important. Think about who are they dating? Who are they married to? Are they married at all? Does that even matter? Are they 40, 50 years old and still dating instead of being married? Those are going to be part of your decision-making things, okay? That's going to be stuff that you're going to think about. What kind of person are they married to? Who did they choose? How are their finances? Are they in debt? Probably you don't want that, I'm guessing, right? Are they doing well? I'm going to say most of us want our children to do well financially. So then that brings the question in, are they career focused or are they family focused? Is there balance? Can they find balance? What's important to them? Do they have children? Do you want them to have children? It's not your choice, but you can influence a little bit because your attitude towards kids is going to reflect onto them. All of those things, those are all questions. So I really want you to think about the whole gamut of what they become as an adult. Who are they? What have they become? Ideally, in your mind, what do you want? Because those are going to help you make those decisions. So for example, I'm going to go back to the health one. I want my kid, so one of my goals personally is I want my kid to be fit and healthy, because I've struggled with my weight forever. I don't enjoy exercise. I wish I did, but I don't. It's not fun. It's like, go cardio drumming, it'll be fun. Yeah. I don't know that I would rather go drinking. I don't anymore, but not a lot, but I would rather do anything. Let me sit and read a book, because that's, it was fine. But do I want to say that's fun and I want to do it all the time? Probably not. Okay. That's just not me. But I've always struggled with my weight, and I've always struggled to exercise regularly, and I've always struggled to eat healthy. This is work for me. It's work. I don't want my child to have that kind of work. So I want to ingrain in him that health is important while he is under my care, which means when he says, hey mom, baseball practice is over, can we run to McDonald's? Which he never says because he doesn't like McDonald's, but I'm just going to use McDonald's as an excuse, okay, or as an example. Can we run to McDonald's and get food? The tired mom in me that doesn't want to do anything else says, yeah, that's just easy. Let's just go get you a Big Mac and be done. But the health mom in me says, no, we're not going to McDonald's. You can go home and get something and make something like that's real food. Right? Okay. So I'm going to make my decision based on that. I might also make it based on finances, right? No, remember, we are saving for a house right now. So I'm not going to spend money on McDonald's. You're going to go home and eat the groceries that I've already bought. Okay. So that helps you make your decisions, right? And then it's easier to stick to it too, because you know what that end goal is, that target is. I'm not saying it's easy. Don't misinterpret. I'm saying it's easier. Okay. maybe you want your child to be financially savvy, right? I don't want my kid to be in debt the way I was for years and years. Now I am currently debt free. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. I have worked my butt off but I'm telling you, if you knew Stacy from 15 years ago, she didn't have two nickels to rub together. She lived paycheck to almost paycheck. She had debt coming out of her ears. It was ugly. And I would spend my last $20 instead of paying my bills. I would go to the bar because it was more fun. Okay, so that's who I was. That's not who I am now. I've had to work really hard to get out of debt. I had to work really hard to come around and get my crap together. And now I'm in a good financial position. I don't want my child to go through those struggles. Not that I can guarantee that he won't. He's going to do what he's going to do. We all know that. These are individuals. They're going to do their thing. And you only have so much control, mama. Okay? But you can influence. So when he came to me yesterday and says, Mom, I need a first baseman's glove. No, actually, you don't need a first baseman's glove. You want a first baseman's glove. I will not be buying you a first baseman's glove. I've already bought you a catcher's mitt. I've already bought you your regular mitt. It's baseball season, can you tell? And now I have to go buy you baseball pants because you outgrew the ones from last year and you kind of need something to wear on your bottom half. So, okay, so I've already spent my money. If you want a first baseman's glove, go make some money and go buy it yourself. Okay, so that was an easy decision for me to make. Again, not that it was easy, because do I want to provide everything my child wants? Yes. As a parent, don't you typically I don't want him to hurt. I don't want him to go without. I want to shower him with gifts, and I want to let him have all the experiences that I wish I would have had. But is that good for him? Not necessarily. By making him buy his own first baseman's glove, I am teaching him work ethic. I am teaching him to save money. I am teaching him that things aren't free, right? Things cost money, right? So you have to think about that as you go through and make your decisions. Can I go with the kids here? Can I don't know, can I buy this? Can I do that? Think about, if you know your parenting goals, it's going to make those decisions a lot easier. Same thing with discipline, okay? If you get called into the principal's office, most of the time we discipline our kids based on the fact that we just want them to behave. Well, I want my kid to behave too, okay? Don't get me wrong. But behavior isn't inward, it's outward, okay? So what's going on inside of them, first of all? And most of the time we discipline on behavior because it's embarrassing to us when our kids do dumb stuff. Okay? It's not because maybe we're angry about what they did. It's because you're making me look bad. I look like a bad parent now because you did that. Okay, let's just be real. It reflects on us, right? When our kids do something wrong, it makes us look bad. And so we tend to discipline based on that, which is completely wrong, okay? It's completely off base. I want you to think about this with discipline, seriously. And know that I'm coming from a place of learning. I don't have this down. I do it wrong all the time. I want you to think about that. So when you get called into the principal's office and you walk in the door and they say, here's the deal. Your child is suspended for 3 days because he was arguing with his teacher. I don't want you to immediately fly off the handle. I want you to stop and take a deep breath. And I want you to think about it. And I want you to ask a lot of questions. Why was he arguing with his teacher? What was the situation? Okay? Now, I am one to immediately side with the teacher as opposed to the kid, because you're supposed to be the adult, so hopefully you're doing things the right way, but that's not always the case, right? Okay, let's just be real. Unfortunately, we live in a society where you're not allowed to have a different opinion. Well, one of my parenting goals is I want my kid to think for himself. I don't want him to just hear the media, his teachers, other adults, pastors. I don't care who you are. I don't want him to just hear you and what you have to say and just believe it. I want him to take what you have to say and contemplate it and then make a decision for himself. So in my example, if I was called into the office because my child was arguing with his teacher, I would want to know one main thing. Was he disrespectful when he argued? Because there's a difference between disrespectful arguing, being a little jackass, and being, I don't agree with you. Okay, you said this, but I think this, or what about this? Can I give you the other side? And I'll be honest, I worked in a school for, well, this last stint was about 4 years, and I saw both sides. I saw kids being disrespectful in their arguments, not cool in my opinion. But I also saw a situation where a kid got kicked out of class for asking what I thought was a legitimate question. It wasn't part of the curriculum, but she had a valid point, and she got kicked out of the class because of it. And I got to tell you, that was because, in my opinion, from what I saw, and I was sitting in the class when it happened, that teacher did not know how to rebut her argument. She had him. You know what I mean? So if your kid gets in trouble for arguing with the teacher, in my example, you need to investigate. You need to know where, and that's the case with any of it. So when it comes to discipline, ask a lot of questions. And does it fit? Where do your parenting goals fit in? I want my kid to think for himself. I don't want him to just take what you say and believe it. Okay, I've rambled way too long today. Sorry, I got on a rampage. But think about that. Take some time today and think about your parenting goals. I really think it will help you when it comes to discipline and when it comes to making decisions. Don't forget to like and share. If you know somebody that could use this information, it might be helpful, tag them in it or send it through Messenger. If you don't want to call them out in public, that's cool with me too. You can send this video through Messenger. Share this with them. I just hope to help people. That's my whole goal. Y'all know. Don't forget, you may be soaring solo, but you're not going through parenthood all by yourself, right? We're all together here. You guys have a great day. Group is coming. Actually, it's open. If you want to request to join, message me and I'll add you as soon as it opens up. Okay? Talk to you soon.